Welcome to our newest episode about the Industrial Revolution. Subscribe our channel and enjoy. The Industrial Revolution is a complex historical event that took place between the late 18th and early 19th centuries, mainly in Britain, but later spread to other parts of the world, including Europe, the United States, and Japan. The origins of the Industrial Revolution are rooted in a combination of several factors, including scientific innovations, technological advancements, economic changes, and social developments. One of the key factors that contributed to the rise of the Industrial Revolution was the invention and widespread use of new machines and tools, such as the steam engine, spinning jenny, power loom, and cotton gin. These machines allowed for the mass production of goods and dramatically increased productivity, leading to lower costs and greater profits. Another important factor was the growth of trade and commerce, which led to the expansion of markets and the demand for more goods. The growth of overseas trade, especially with the colonies, helped to fuel the expansion of industry in Britain. The availability of capital and the rise of banking and finance also played a significant role. Banks and other financial institutions provided entrepreneurs with the funds they needed to invest in new machinery and factories, while also providing credit to consumers to purchase goods. Finally, changes in social and economic structures, such as the enclosure movement, the growth of urbanization, and the rise of the middle class, helped to create a labor force and consumer base for the new industrial economy. All of these factors, and others, came together to create the conditions that led to the Industrial Revolution. The impact of this historic event is still being felt today in many parts of the world. The growth of new sources of energy was a crucial factor in the Industrial Revolution. Prior to the Industrial Revolution, energy was largely derived from human or animal labor, wind, and water. However, the Industrial Revolution saw a shift towards new sources of energy, including coal and later, oil. Coal was an abundant and cheap energy source that was crucial in powering the steam engines that drove many of the machines of the Industrial Revolution. The coal industry grew rapidly during this time, as demand for coal increased. Coal was also used to produce coke, a fuel that was used in the iron and steel industries. The discovery and use of oil in the late 19th century also had a significant impact on the Industrial Revolution. Oil was used to fuel new technologies, such as the internal combustion engine, which replaced steam power in many applications. Oil also enabled the development of new industries, such as petrochemicals, and provided a cheaper and more efficient source of energy for transportation. The growth of new energy sources had far-reaching consequences for the economy and society. It allowed for the development of new industries and technologies, enabled the growth of transportation networks, and helped to spur urbanization and globalization. However, it also had negative environmental consequences, such as pollution and the depletion of natural resources. The Industrial Revolution had significant negative impacts on the environment, which continue to be felt today. Some of the key environmental impacts of the Industrial Revolution include pollution, deforestation, and resource depletion. One of the most visible impacts of the Industrial Revolution was pollution. The widespread use of coal and other fossil fuels for energy led to the release of large amounts of greenhouse gases and other pollutants into the atmosphere, leading to air pollution and acid rain. Industrial processes also produced large amounts of waste products, which were often dumped into rivers and other waterways, causing water pollution. The Industrial Revolution also had a significant impact on forests and other natural resources. As industry expanded, demand for wood and other natural resources increased, leading to deforestation and habitat destruction. In addition, the growth of mining and other extractive industries led to the depletion of mineral resources and the creation of large open pits and other scars on the landscape. The negative impacts of the Industrial Revolution on the environment were not fully recognized or addressed at the time, but they have since become a major concern. Today, there is growing awareness of the need to develop more sustainable approaches to industrialization and to reduce our impact on the environment. This includes efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, promote renewable energy sources, and adopt more sustainable practices in industry and agriculture. The Industrial Revolution brought about many changes in society, including new forms of leisure and entertainment. As people's work lives became more regimented and structured, they sought out new ways to unwind and enjoy their free time. One of the most significant new forms of leisure was sports. As the Industrial Revolution brought about new technologies and forms of transportation, people were able to travel further and faster, enabling them to participate in or watch sporting events. This led to the growth of new sports, such as soccer, rugby, and cricket, which became popular in Britain and other countries. Music also became a popular form of entertainment during the Industrial Revolution. As people's incomes rose and they had more disposable income, they were able to afford to attend concerts and musical performances. New technologies, such as the phonograph and radio, also made it easier for people to listen to music in their homes. The growth of leisure and entertainment during the Industrial Revolution also led to the development of new industries, such as the sports equipment industry and the music industry. These industries provided new employment opportunities and helped to drive economic growth. However, it is worth noting that not everyone had access to these new forms of leisure and entertainment during the Industrial Revolution. Many working-class people worked long hours and had little free time and were unable to afford the cost of attending sports events or concerts. Nonetheless, the growth of leisure and entertainment during this time period had a significant impact on society and helped to shape modern culture. The Industrial Revolution brought about significant demographic changes, including population growth and urbanization. These changes had far-reaching social and economic implications and continue to shape the world today. One of the most significant demographic changes was population growth. Prior to the Industrial Revolution, population growth was relatively slow, as high infant mortality rates and limited access to food and medical care kept populations in check. However, the Industrial Revolution brought about improvements in public health, including better sanitation and access to medical care, which led to a rapid increase in population growth. At the same time, the Industrial Revolution also led to significant urbanization. As people migrated from rural areas to cities in search of work, cities grew rapidly in size and population. This led to the development of new forms of urban culture and society, as well as new challenges related to housing, public health, and social inequality. Urbanization during the Industrial Revolution also had a significant impact on the economy. Cities became centers of industry and commerce, as factories and other businesses located themselves in urban areas to take advantage of the available labor supply. This led to the development of new forms of work, including factory work, which required workers to adapt to new forms of discipline and organization. The demographic changes brought about by the Industrial Revolution had both positive and negative consequences. On the one hand, improvements in public health and living conditions led to longer life expectancies and higher standards of living. On the other hand, rapid population growth and urbanization also led to significant challenges related to overcrowding, pollution, and social inequality. These challenges continue to shape modern society and underscore the importance of developing sustainable and equitable forms of urbanization and economic development. The Industrial Revolution played a significant role in the development of modern science, including the growth of new fields such as physics and chemistry. This was due in large part to the many technological innovations that were developed during this time period, which helped to pave the way for new scientific discoveries. One of the most significant technological innovations of the Industrial Revolution was the steam engine, which was developed by James Watt in the late 18th century. The steam engine was a major breakthrough in the use of energy and helped to drive the growth of industry and transportation. It also played a key role in the development of modern physics, as scientists such as James Clerk Maxwell used the principles of thermodynamics to understand how heat and energy could be converted into mechanical work. The growth of industry during the Industrial Revolution also led to significant advancements in chemistry. As new materials were developed for use in industry and manufacturing, scientists began to study the properties and behaviors of these materials. This led to the development of new fields such as polymer chemistry and materials science. In addition to these fields, the Industrial Revolution also played a key role in the growth of other areas of science, including biology, geology, and astronomy. As new technologies were developed, scientists were able to make new observations and discoveries that expanded our understanding of the natural world. Overall, the Industrial Revolution helped to lay the foundations for the development of modern science by driving innovation and technological progress. It also helped to create new opportunities for scientific research and discovery, leading to significant advancements in our understanding of the natural world. The Industrial Revolution led to the growth of new forms of communication, including the development of the newspaper and the growth of mass media. These changes had a profound impact on society, transforming the way people received and consumed information. One of the most significant developments during the Industrial Revolution was the growth of the newspaper industry. As literacy rates increased and printing technology became more advanced, newspapers became a popular form of communication, providing people with the latest news and information. The development of the telegraph also helped to speed up the process of news dissemination, making it possible to transmit information quickly over long distances. The growth of the newspaper industry had a significant impact on society, helping to shape public opinion and provide people with access to information about important events and issues. It also created new employment opportunities, as journalists, editors, and other workers were needed to produce and distribute newspapers. The Industrial Revolution also saw the growth of mass media, including the development of new forms of entertainment, such as radio and film. These new forms of media helped to shape modern popular culture, creating new opportunities for creative expression and bringing people together around shared interests and experiences. The growth of mass media during the Industrial Revolution also had significant social and political implications. It made it possible for political leaders to communicate directly with large audiences, helping to shape public opinion and mobilize support for political campaigns and social movements. Overall, the growth of new forms of communication during the Industrial Revolution helped to transform society, shaping the way people received and consumed information, and creating new opportunities for social and cultural exchange. The Industrial Revolution helped to create the conditions for the development of modern consumer culture. As industrialization led to increased production of goods and a growing middle class with disposable income, companies began to target consumers with advertising and marketing campaigns, which helped to drive demand for consumer goods and shape people's attitudes and behaviors towards consumption. One of the key drivers of consumer culture during the Industrial Revolution was the growth of advertising. As companies sought to promote their products to a wider audience, they began to invest in advertising campaigns that used persuasive messaging and images to create a desire for their products among consumers. This helped to create a culture in which consumption was seen as a desirable and necessary part of everyday life, and led to the emergence of new forms of consumer behavior, such as impulse buying and brand loyalty. The growth of consumer culture during the Industrial Revolution also helped to drive the emergence of new forms of retail and marketing. Companies began to develop new strategies for promoting their products, including window displays, in-store promotions, and product demonstrations. The rise of the department store during this period also played a significant role in shaping modern consumer culture, providing consumers with a one-stop shop for a wide range of goods and creating new opportunities for social and cultural exchange. Overall, the Industrial Revolution played a significant role in the development of modern consumer culture, creating the conditions for the growth of advertising, retail, and marketing, and shaping people's attitudes and behaviors towards consumption. The Industrial Revolution led to significant changes in the arts, including the development of new styles and forms of literature, music, and art. These changes reflected the social, cultural, and economic transformations that were taking place during this period and helped to shape modern art and culture. One of the key developments in literature during the Industrial Revolution was the emergence of new genres and styles, including the novel and the short story. These forms of literature were popularized by writers such as Charles Dickens and Jane Austen, who explored the social and cultural changes brought about by industrialization and urbanization. These works often depicted the struggles of working-class characters and exposed the social inequalities of the period. In music, the Industrial Revolution helped to fuel the growth of popular forms of music, such as folk, jazz, and blues. These genres emerged from the experiences of working-class and marginalized communities and helped to express their struggles and aspirations. The growth of the music industry during this period also created new opportunities for musicians, composers, and performers. In art, the Industrial Revolution led to the emergence of new styles and movements, such as Impressionism and Realism. These movements reflected the changing social and cultural landscape of the period and often depicted the realities of industrialization and urbanization. The growth of new technologies, such as photography, also had a significant impact on art, allowing artists to capture and depict the world in new and innovative ways. Overall, the Industrial Revolution had a profound impact on the arts, shaping the development of new styles and forms of literature, music, and art that continue to influence contemporary culture. These changes reflected the social and cultural transformations of the period and helped to express the hopes, fears, and struggles of people during this time of rapid change. In conclusion, the Industrial Revolution was a period of significant economic, social, and cultural transformation that helped to shape the modern world. It brought about significant advances in technology, industry, and science, and helped to create the conditions for the development of modern capitalism, consumer culture, and mass production. However, it also had negative impacts on the environment, society, and human well-being, and led to significant social and political upheaval. Despite these challenges, the Industrial Revolution helped to lay the foundations for many of the technological and cultural advances that have defined the modern era and continues to shape our world in countless ways today. Thank you for watching, subscribe our channel and see you in next episodes.